because awenzeki ama mistake especially kwa entrepreneurship awuphumeleli ngephutha
Hi Luto. It's intention, it's consistency into enozenzayo nayo of course ukuthi ube ne vision clear ukuthi kuphi la ngiyakhona because iyona into ezokwenza ukuthi uqhubekeke even noma usuhlangabezana nezinqinamba zakhona just to go back to rural along the way.
So manje thina mawubheka mhlawumbe ikuphi last behind ikhona ne-job because I do feel like ngathi khona igap ekhona and uma ubheka yenziwa yini wena because wena you've experienced abantu this side and you've experienced that side uma ubheka le gap le yini eyenzayo is it because mhlawumbe because phela banelende encane futhi evening nathi kodwa still they are upfront kuthina yini is it the mindset yini yiphi kahle lento that give them ahead ukuthi
Yeah, I think I'm a contributing factors ahlukahlukene but one of the ones engathi mhlambe zaqhama kumina ngimove from eGauteng ngiza ngala eThekwini was ipace yokusebenza.
You can strive for or even die for dreams. Yeah, I got dreams. Yeah, I got dreams. Yeah, I got dreams. Let me do me.
Sanibonani mabaphaza amahle sengiphinde ngabuya futhi with another episode of ina upopile hlelo lumkilo kazinyanga kanje ngejwayele yabona ungaka subscribe abana manje yabo subscribe dlalele unga subscribe why unga subscribe vele subscribe click notification button ukuze uthole more content yabo because nane niyazi movement la eThekwini nje sokuphakamisa ithe kancane yabo namhlanje ngiphathele my sister la uNasiphi how are you?
I'm well, thanks for coming, ngeza wena.
Ngiyaphila kakhulu nje. Siyabonga kakhulu for being part of the podcast and I'm hoping ukuthi you're gonna have a good time.
I am excited, looking forward to it. Ngiyajabula ngempela ba in part of all ingxenye yokubhala.
So how was your day nje? Today sishuta nje kuseni.
So far kuhambe kahle ngoba ikhofi ngitholi la. Konke khamba umuntu.
Hayi phela iyo nto efunakala vele manje sibheke nasephasikeni uyabona ukuthi nje kuyaphithizela left and right. Wonke umuntu ufuna ukuya ngasekhaya uyabona.
Yebo hayi kodwa thina somsayibambile la eThekwini ngoba phela nje kusomabhizinisi ula umsebenzi ukhona.
So ngisona isikhathi semali ke vele lesikuthini.
Kunjani?
Yeah, isona isikhathi semali. So ke manje ke nje for umuntu ke mhlambe you've never seen uNasiphi ungamchaza ukuthi ubani Nasiphi?
All right. uNasiphi Ngwane u natural hair specialist eya founder noma eya sungula iHair Native Studio lapho sisebenza khona ngeinwele zesintu technically sizibiza ngokuthi it's C3 and C4 hair types kusho ukuthi ama afro lawo inwele ezicurly kanye nama locks and what you call micro locks which is what I've got on.
Ayi mina vele kudumpotiyane ke uma sekuya lapho nje ayikho ngisho ngathi ngiyazi
ayikhuleka uyabona uma ufika lapha esaluni sike sikunikeze into ekuthiwa onboarding so siya consult nawe sibuza ukuthi okay ulwazi lakho lifika mhlambe kangakanani ngeunwele lwakho olphethe abantu abaningi iAfro bayayithanda kodwa uthola ukuthi umuntu akazi ukuthi inakekelwa kanjani inwele zakhe so iyona iservice esiphinde siyiedeleyo kumuntu phambi ukuthi nje siqala ukusebenza ngekhanda lakho siyakubuza ukuthi wazi kangakanani ngenwele zakho
ngoba phela kusho nathi sazoba educated phela because we still like gonna unfold yonke into ukuthi lokhu kukanjani yabo lokhu kanjani because ukuze nanomuntu obukayo mhlawumbe ongathanda even to join industry naye ukuthi akwazi ukujoina because as much as we are having a conversation we also want to teach yabo ngiyakholelwa ukutheni if we teach izinto izophakama kakhulu then lazi khona njengamanje so ke manje ke before sesingene kwibusiness lakho because sifuna ukwazi ngawe nje ke wena ezumuntu ukuthi uzalelwe kuphi ukhulele kuphi.
Okay. uNasiphi wazalelwa eEastern Cape eMthatha. Kodwa ngakhulela ngala KwaZulu Natal.
Ngiyazi ukuthi umphoso ongathethi.
Yazi ukuhamba iSouth Africa iyonke ngoba umawe involved kancane nje kwipolitiki pre 1994 and beginning so besicocoma
plus phela behambisa
Western Cape Gauteng akukho la engahlalanga khona I studied in Pietermaritzburg High School and then ngaqedelela ePretoria so I matriculated at Pretoria but I didn't start my high school career khona and then ngafunda Wits University into a completely different ngastudisha for law but not practicing at all.
Wafunda nje waqeda nje.
Ngaqeda just ukuthi yabona ujabulisa umzali ukuthi sifundile yabona.
But why not practice? Noma wabona stress
I think endleleni nga recognize ukuthi this is not really my calling. Uthando lwami elabantu ngiyathi yonke into mhlambe engiyenzayo ngiyathanda ukuthi ibe ne impact emphakathini. And mengibheka initially, in fact, mengabe ngena into law, I wanted to study to become an advocate. And the road as it was didn't lead me there. I ended up fundele public relations, doing marketing.
Plus phela masusevarsity ke umuntu sesefuna ukwenza izinto ofuna nje ukuthi uqede vele.
Nje uqede nje kahle hle, but I enjoyed the varsity career yami. I met a lot of good people along the way, but also I think uma ngabe ungazange thole kahle isikhathi sokuyithola ukuthi okay ama strengths ami awukuthi and nayi injongo mhlawumbe noma ifiso zami ukuthi izinto engifisa ukuyi-achieve eziyilokho, then you get streamlined mhlawumbe a little bit better. Sithi mesifunde high school kuthiwa the world is your oyster.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want to achieve. Kwabanye leyo yinto ivula umnyango obroad kakhulu ugcina ungakwazi ukunarrow down ukuthi nayi kahle hle into mhlawumbe ngifuna yes ngayo. And I think because I'm somebody or a high achiever, konke ngikwenzayo has always been, you know, so umuntu akhona ukuthi no hayi uyikona lo ayimeli
even noma ungakuthandi ngoba phela kokunye uthi you are good at something kodwa isela kuyona yonke into that you do.
Exactly that. I think igama olphika engilithandayo ukuthi uyazimisela entweni ngoba usukufisa ukuthi whatever oyenzayo uyenzisise, and that's a good thing, but it doesn't define noma ikwenze ukuthi who you are. Uyabona the essence of the person that I am. Konke engifisa ukwenza is to touch people's lives. Ukwenza impact la engihamba khona. So whichever field I'm in.
So manje bekunjani ukumove around ngoba phela yaboma ukuthi indawo ezibalayo ukuthi you've been here. Ungathi imaphi ama advantages mhlawumbe of move kaningi then ukuthi uhlale endaweni eyodwa, imaphi futhi ama disadvantages, because I'm sure ukuthi akhona futhi nawe yabo, because you end up living abangani yabo awukwazi ukuthi ube nento long term lapho.
Very true. Ngingathi mhlambe oku positive ngakho is that kuyakusiza ukuthi ezokhula ube nomqondo ovulelekile, wamukela inhlobo ezihlukahlukene zabantu kalula, because nowhere in particular is home for you. Wherever you are is home or becomes home. And so uba umuntu open minded in that way, and I'm very grateful for that experience. Akukho la engithi mengena khona ngifile out of place. Whether ungifaka elanga in the middle of a township, I am adaptable, if you will, in that way. Noma ngumuntu onamahloni ke kodwa, but angena futhi umuntu osaba abantu per se. Ama cons engayisho mhlawumbe one of them lo ishelo ukuthi ama long term relationships angeke ngisho ukuthi nginaye umngani engaba naye from yabo khona abantu bathi from
ama day one
mina nje uyabona baningi different stages and phases of life that we meet. Of course uyaye ugcine ubudlelwane nabantu, you know, in connectayo nabo, but I think ngisakhula because you know teenage stage as almost akhula now usasifigure out, so those friends were abangani baleso sikhathi, you know, abaningana abaningi mhlawumbe ngathi ngikhule nabo were from high school, because from high school it became a little bit more stable. Ngifunde only at 2 high schools, and ngangade ngimove from KwaZulu-Natal ngaya eGauteng, Pretoria. La abatswana khona kuhlezi kuthiwa bezulu bekho open minded
abatswana baqina kakhulu amakhaya
to arudwa kambe ngizothini mengiphendula angazi nami ukuthi ufuna ngithini, you know. So I learned isitswana very quickly because I had to, because ngangibona ukuthi okay ngizokhuluma nobani
plus ke phela kuyaphoqa
bazokutshela ukuthi uliZulu, and I'm like no, I'm not liZulu. Zulu, not liZulu, two different things lezo zinto, you know. But
yeah, kodwa phela kuyi experience right. Mina I do feel like ukuthi kuyakukhulisa kwawena umuntu, because umqondo uyavuleka as you see izinto ezincane while usasemncane, nawe ukhula umuntu ngempela u can jungle izinto eziningi at the same time. Plus nana ama language is not bad ukwazi more than one language yabo, because la kwaZulu sinabo abantu thina who knows only one language yabo. Kwayisingisi vele futhi mayisikhuluma siphule noma kanjani
siphuma kanzinyana
uyokutshela vele mina ngiyobe ngiyaphi vele ngoba mina ngiyofela la kwaZulu yabo. Kanti manje akusima mindset leyo kulesikhathi samanje ngempela kumele ukuthi siphusha ngayo because manje ama opportunities amanje uthola awekho ngisho even kwi country yabo you have to go for them so nje kuyafuneka ngempela kuyafuneka so ke manje ke ukhula ke mhlambe obani ke mhlambe we like inspiring you mhlambe ububukela kubona nje kakhulu abebekwenza nawe uzibone mhlambe ukuthi someday yazi ukuthi nama can be somebody.
Yes. Sure. An array of different people. Ngumuntu othandayo umculo. Mhlambe I've had a little bit of an international taste, maybe a bit more. Umuntu njengo Tracy Chapman, I remember from a young age, I just enjoyed the way she just boldly presented herself. Uyabona nje igqokela lokho akuthandayo, megqoka black. That's how she's showing up with her natural hair. In fact, she's one of the first people engathi mengibukela kumabona kude ngibona umuntu umuntu omnyama nenwele zakhe versus umuntu omnyama onsundu kodwa unwele lingahle connect niyabona ne appearance yakhe and I just remember ukuthi for me I just thought wow Tracy Chapman is out here to represent us in all directions you know sure multiple people I can't even narrow it down to just one inspiration for the mhlawumbe in the legal fraternity kunobaba uBhaqwa owayi advocate a very strong advocate sesakhula and wayemela nje kwakwazi ukuthi yabona mekuyena okumele enkantolo hayi zonke into zakho zihamba kahle kodwa futhi he was the first black advocate to charge a very high fee you know for ama services akhe you know and so yeah just multiple ngiyacosha lana la
Kuyasiza khona lokho phela kuyasiza because sometimes uthola ukuthi even nama environment esikhulela kuona ayibi khona ngempela into ngathi yabo abanye abantu bafuna ukwenza into engekho umuntu ngakubo sakwayenza yabo manje lapho you need to get inspiration yabo from somewhere so manje before ke mhlawumbe uzuvula ibusiness did you like do enye mhlawumbe into ke before ungene nje kuyona ihair natives did you do enye into ene business noma mhlawumbe were you working somewhere?
I was working so ngisebenzile nje iminyaka eminingi qaleni mhlambe ngathi let me just start a little bit I worked for a couple of businesses or companies ngisebenze kwi property investment la enhleli khona ngaba umsebenzi
sawaba umsebenzi
ngaba umsebenzi la ekhaya urban life so but yeah just interest yami has mostly been PR and marketing yangihambisa the route of in the hotel industry ngisebenzelile i Royal Hotel which then was bought over by the Santhanaidu group Coastlands yaba ingxenye Coastlands and they took us under their wing mengiza la KwaZulu-Natal but njengoba kade ngishilo ngafundela eGauteng so umsebenzi wami oqala wangale and yeah it's just been a colorful nokucosha nje izinto ezihlukahlukene along the way
so manje thina mawubheka mhlawumbe ikuphi last behind ikhona nejob because I do feel like ngathi khona igap ekhona and uma ubheka yenziwa yini wena because wangani wena you've experienced abantu this side and you've experienced that side uma ubheka le gap le yini eyenzayo is it because mhlawumbe because phela banelende encane futhi evening nathi kodwa still they are upfront kuthina yini is it the mindset yini yipi kahle lento that give them ahead ukuthi
yeah I think ama contributing factors ahlukahlukene but one of the ones engathi mhlambe zaqhama kumina ngimove from eGauteng ngiza ngala eThekwini was ipace yokusebenza ngala and they do say ukuthi vele the coastal towns are slower more leisurely which kunama benefits yabona lapho kodwa uma ngabe uphusha into enama time frames yabona mesikhuluma ukuthi we're part of a global economy and if into yakho uyifisela noma uyifuna ukuthi aphile broader than la ukhona you would need to shape it and adapt it to meeting industry standards so for instance inkampani engangiyisebenzela eGoli phambi kokuthi ngize ngala was a logistics company and we're working on Chinatown we're working on New York time we're working kuma logistics la South Africa ukuthi import into yakho importayo izofika ngasikhatsini and there's things called standing time in the logistics environment ukuthi I container mengabe izosuka off of you know the ship ingene onto land
lesasikhathi njoba ihlala nje kangaka ngokomhlanga lapha
it's costly you can actually quantify that to an hour dollar rate per hour. It's a very expensive thing. Ubona traffic yama trucks nama containers amile. It's very costly. So yona enye izinto esilimazayo la KwaZulu-Natal ukuthi uyabona infrastructure yethu uma ngabe ingekho ready to receive the influx of izinto sigcine sehlisa value yomsebenzi noma izinto esiziproduceayo la
sinyusa
price ngoba manje uproducer futhi igcine kubiza kakhulu ngoba isayoma lapha na i-container or ilo. So lezo zinto I think izona mhlambe ezibuye zisishaye kancane ama documents ukuthi siziprepare sufficiently. Communication kusho ukuthi ngesinye isikhathi kuzofanele ngi-email ngo 2 am not ukuthi ngoba sijwayeza yabona into ukuthi kufanele njalo ufake isikhathi yabona esi unreasonable but kuyana ngokuthi iindustry yokuyona iyini uyabona namhlanje si recorder kahle kuyisekuseni mid morning kusasa kungaba ukuthi igap oyitholayo for iartist oyifunayo ukuze imove le platform to another level isikhatha naso 8 pm
yabo sekumele kurecord
nala record ngoba wena into oyidingayo kuyena is this interview ezokwenza sure ukuthi izinto zakho ziyanyakaza you know it's not ukuthi usebenza kanjalo but an anomaly ngesinye isikhathi ukuthi sibe adaptable in that way and I think KZN mengisa afika ngakubona lokho ukuthi hey weak point yethu le ukuthi ayifuna ngiqala isikhathi ngalesikhathi ngiphume ngalesikhathi very rigid
because abantu bafuna ukuyophola nje yabo yonke ndawo amapaki uyazi ke KZN amapaki kupholiwe yabo vele shayisa ibreeze ngapha
okubalekile ukuzenjoya vele lezo zinto I mean that's leisure yabona kodwa again
ingabe too much nayo
balance ibalance ebalekile lokho kubalekile ukuthi sibe nesikhathi of course sokuphumula nokuenjoya impilo but akwazi ukuthi kube yona njalo i-driving force yazi ukuthi mengabe kubhekwa kwi-entertainment industry the entertainment industry ama consumers ayo amaningi ala KwaZulu-Natal
that's
but
true.
We don't produce a lot of the entertainment
because bahamba baye goal baphumelele goal nabo abaningi
angithi yabona and it's a question ukuthi yini yenza lokho because imarket eningi ila KwaZulu-Natal uzubone nje umaskande ngathi usuyakhula ngempela ke manje you know
uyayi-understand
lento ukuthi
ukuspace sawo vele
uyabona so there are just those adaptations ekufanele sibe open to wona especially as abantu aba osomabhizinisi you can't be rigid ngendlela ozorana ngayo mhlawumbe ibusiness lakho noma ozoba involved in ibusiness lakho
hayi ngiqathi kuyazwakala kuyazwakala so ke manje uma usuphuma ke from ekusebenzeni usuzovula into yakho yini yakulidela ukuthi uze ubone ukuthi it's the right time manje to do the transition ukuthi because abantu abaningi they become comfortable umuntu mayisebenza kusuke kushiyo ukuthi this is safe yabo ayifani nebusiness ngeke lize ligarantwe what was going on
right I think asengifike nje la ku stage engisengikhathele khona utshelwa ukuthi enzani nini kanjani and all of those things ne ambition in me for the izinto ezasezibaleke more than yabona la engangade ngisebenza khona came through uthando leinwele zethu mhlawumbe nobuntu nje bethu siyabantu besifazane abamnyama kube it's a journey it's been a journey and to embrace ourselves as how uNkulunkulu asakhe ngayo noma sidale ngayo has been the main motivator for me nginendodakazi namhlanje she is 15 and ngathi mengabe engena ngithi ekoleni ingane zethu sifaka kuma multiracial ngoba sifuna ukuthi sifunde kancane ayabona athi abe netwang mekhuluma no I'm kidding but of course you know the ama opportunities ukuthi ingane ithole imfundo ethu kuba you know sezingeni elizomenza ukuthi abe competitive ngase ngiyabona umntwana osethanda manje ukudlala ngama wiki anenwele eziblondi and I'm like okay ubani manje lo you know but influence and asicabangi lokho ukuthi sisusa ingane from ikhaya lakhe alijwayele nabantu ajwayele uba nabo and then umfaka in this environment kufanele kube khona shift right and mhlawumbe abantu abaphakanyiswayo in those environments are the children with the straighter hair they're cuter they're more appropriate
so wayibona vela abantu
wayibona naye wayibona ukuthi oh kusho lezi zama feet ake ngiye lapha yana and I think at the time futhi ngangisebenzisa i-relaxer enweleni zami so nezami zayiqondile at the time and I just decided you know what this is not a great way yokuthi ingane ikhule ngoba kusho ukuthi akaboni abantu akwazi ukurelate nabo la ekhona and as umzali it's my responsibility to ensure ukuthi ngiyamrepresenta wherever I am across the board beauty standards ahlezi edictatewa ngendlela esihlukahlukene siyababona sesitaba
and that detection nangokukhanya futhi kakhulu
uyayibona nje mangabe ngathi ukuthi lapho she's a dark beauty and so you know ukuthi I representeke to show ukuthi listen there is another type of beautiful that is out there and acceptable kwakubalekile kumina so I did a big chop ngakunda nje sazibeka phansi inwele zama chemicals and yeah grew my natural hair got to know inwele zami kwayimina you know ukuhlukahluka kwazo ezizikhula nama challenges eziwapresentayo and just the different ways in which I can wear my hair ngendlela that is still professional that still looks amazing and appealing because I think that's the thing see abantu besifazana of course siyimbali kufanele sikhalambe right
ubuke ngalendlela ufila ngayo nawe
correct absolutely so ukuzirepresenta ngendlela wena that you really are you're showing up as yourself kwayikwana nakho lokho because I think mengabe abantu bene natural hair ngesinye isikhathi baba limited ukuthi ngizoba creative kanjani ngingayipresenta kanjani ngendlela yobuhle bazo you know and so those are some of the things that I began to do and obviously ungabe ukhulisa indodakazi ufuna uyafuna ukuthi babe cute lokufaka izinto la yabona kwezinto enjalo
ngoba phela no clicks nabo no clicks nabo bavele bafaka nje kwathiwa kinky hair kuvezwa iafro healthy kanjani yabona iyo vele le agenda uyibona ukuthi it's being pushed manje yabo because abantu ezisikhula baya ngokuyizonda kakhulu inwele zabo yabo umuntu usefuna ukufaka inwele zomunye umuntu abantu sebexhuma ngisho ama rasta manje and it doesn't make sense ukuthi umuntu angakhipha inwele nawe uzoyichuma yabo
akuyenzi ngempela isense I think abanye abantu abafisi noma abanaso isineke sokuthi bazinakekele ubona you know in the same way uma ngabe uye gymini ufika uthi yazi ngifuna ukuluza 5 kgs i-fitness instructor yakho uzohlala phansi nawe athi okay nayi igoal yakho ofisa ukufinyelela kuyona but this is also what work is going to be required ukuze uyiachieve leyo goal so usuzoshintsha indlela odla ngayo ekufikise la uthi usathanda ukuba khona and uzoshintsha nangendlela o exercise ngayo you amp it up a little bit same way na with natural hair take the time to get to know inwele zakho you know and as wenza njalo uzazi nawe ubwena you know
hayi ngoba phela ibalekile shepherd phela kuyakhulunywa ngazo kuthiwa ubani uSolomon kwakuthiwa amandla vela lapha and akushintshanga vele namanje kusanjalo yabo so manje ke the name ke manje ke Hair Natives studio how did you come up nje ngayo
So native hair was not available ngoba yeselelo gama lathi lithathiwe but li highlighta kahle hle ukuthi ama natives I definition yakhona ukuthi abantu bendawo and so nathi this is our natural hair this is how it grows from our roots and so when we are promoting and highlighting that ukuthi it's native hair that we are focusing on so mhlambe abanye abantu angithi amasaloni swajwayele kakhulu relax lapha yakufaka ama weave and all of that there's nothing wrong with all that if you choose to kodwa thina siqhakambisa ubuhle benwele zendalo
so manje ni offerisha amaphika ama services ke ngaphakathi uma ukuthi vele nithi nidila nendalo nje if we can like break down nje ukuthi imaphi so that people can know
yes okay so one of the ones esiqhakambisa kakhulu and that we're very proud of is offerisha ama consultations that are run by either myself or my head stylist lapho sisiza khona abantu ukuthi bazi noma ba understand inwele zabo kangconywana because isikhathi esiningi umuntu sekethola ukuthi ukhulisa inwele zakhe but mhlawumbe akazi ukuthi for instance kunento ekuthiwa porosity yeinwele echaza ukuthi unwele lomuntu li absorber moisture kangakanani at what rate and all of those things
nje into yakhana nenkwethu le
konke lokho nama products owasebenzisayo ukuthi anayipi impact ku scalp uhlukanisa ukuthi unwele ne scalp are two different aspects so we offer ama treatments 3 types of treatments depending on isidingo senwele kanye ne scalp somuntu deep conditioning oil treatments all of them are natural products esiwasebenzisayo bese siya style ngalunwele lapho ke we can go home it's akukho limit einweleni zethu zokuthi inwele zethu ufuna ukuthi ustayle kanjani phinde futhi siya offeration ama braiding services mesikhuluma ngebraiding though we are mindful ekutheni indlela esbraida ngayo akuyona indlela for instance ezoluka umuntu from ukususa unwele phansi you know because lezo zinto ziyalikhipha unwele from the roots so indlela nama techniques esiwasebenzisayo ukuthi siluke noma si style inwele are for the growth of your hair, not ukuthi sisebenza against unwele la.
Ngoba phela kufuneka uvele wenze nje just because ngeke ngibona ukuthi especially to women umuntu anqena ukubona umuntu ehamba lapha athi ngifuna le hairstyle le engayiconsidanga yena ukuthi yena ilentozana isimo sakhe sihamba kanjani.
Kunjalo
because nami I've never thought ukuthi la kuphuma khona inwele yabo. Kuyafika nje phela umqondo uthi la shuthi inwele zingakanani ngaphakathi. Kodwa you never like really consider ukuthi ingalentozana iaffecta kangakanani wena because bakhona futhi abantu abazothi hey mina nginalo unwele yabo kanti unalo yabo.
Baningi abantu abakholwa kanjalo ukuthi umuntu athi yazi mina inwele zami zisakhuli zilokho nje zimi ndawonye, which is not true ngoba ngoko biology unwele lakho likhula every day, just like inzipho zikhula every day. Ukuthi uzinakekela kanjani kuyatshengisa ukuthi ziba zinde noma ziba groomed kanjani. So nalo unwele in the same way liyakhula njalo, but it's the techniques mhlambe nangendlela abantu abakama ngayo.
Sibona into ebalekile vele kubona is to produce ukuthi basidayisela izinto zabo and flooders bangajabula bona bangathiwe Africa wonke umuntu usefaka iweave yabo, because that will mean money for them yabo. Kodwa for thina ke as African people yabo, it means ukuthi we are losing our identity kwi process yabo, because manje we not gonna be who we really are thina as abantu yabo. Ekuyinto engicabanga ukuthi mina ibaleke kunayo yonke into. So ke manje usukusona ke space sayinwele imapha ama challenges mhlawumbe rethi you've faced nje ongathi abe major and wa overcome kanjani lawo ma challenges?
All right. So iHair Native Studio ya launchwa a week before I lockdown. Singazanga sonke ukuthi kanti sazobana lezo inkinga enjalo.
Umthinti nanonwele ngoba
sondeli kumuntu. And yeah, so that was probably one of the biggest highlights or biggest challenges esafacana nazo from the onset. And ngeke ngisho ukuthi uNkulunkulu indlela alungisa ngayo izinto wasiqala ngentaba so hike up so that I think sizojima sibe fit for the journey ahead. I think that was the first stance yokuthi nami yangenza ngiyibuza ukuthi ngempela ngikholakala kangakanani kulento engiyenzayo, le space engimove into sona ngifisa kangakanani ukuthi kwenzeke noma ngibone lolu shintsho engilifisela ama clients ethu nabo bonke abantu abasazo experience iHair Native Studio touch. Kwathi suka lapho la ilocation yethu yokuqala esasikuyona mekuba nalawa ama floods nathi sangena kulawa ama floods and I was like okay mhlambe isign le mhlambe mina nenkani
plus yonke into ngathi isign sometimes
ungayibheka into yonke into uthi hayi no ngiyabona mengibheka le pattern ngathi iya more towards iphuma kulomkhakha. But I think also just I passion yalento engiyenzayo nabantu you know that have experienced ukuvakashela iHair Native Studio, they just keep us going. I-support esitholayo kuma clients ethu, i-feedback you know kubantu ukuthi kwaze kwayintokozo nesibusiso to experience unwele lakho luthintwa ngendlela ekunikeza harmony you know engalwisani nazo. Kuba ngabe ngathi azukungena esaluni nginenwele ke uyayibona inwele zami ukuthi zikhonjana noma ngiyibophile I have thick very thick hair. You know uyoku blow dryer kube ngathi ukhiphela yonke i-tension yakhe onweleni lwakho you know, and you feel and experience that harshness you know, whereas indlela thina esifisa ukuthi abantu ba experience unwele lakho is lenziwa noma linakekelwa is in a way that brings holistic wellness, acceptance and love for who you are. So uma ngabe njalo i-experience ukuthi uye salon kufanele cabange kaningi ukuthi kufanele ngiyandawo futhi bewungiphinda futhi
upanishelwa khona ukuba
natural. And a lot of people so mangabe siba nalama conversations because I used to hold ama hair education sessions where just ngisana ama products ewodwa how do you unakekela kanjani unwele lakho ekhaya, because nami ngagcina ngaye ema salon. In fact ngize ngifika ekuvuleni iHair Native Studio I stopped going to the salon because I just felt like wow, what torture. You know, I don't need this. Abanaskati, abanasineke for unwele lam. So kusho ukuthi angivele ngiyibambele, you know. And so mengabe ukhuluma nabantu in the natural hair space, ubona ukuthi uvo lethu kahle hle liyafana, i-experience ethi iyafana, sidinga into ehlukile from what is being offered. Yeah, and so that's how hair.
So manje ne operator group right now.
Currently siku 172 Steve Biko. Sikwi second floor. Sibalekela
Steve
wonke
Biko
amanzi.
kuphi town?
Yes, so Steve Biko kwaku Old Mansfield Road. Uma ngabe use duty.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, yeah, towards Ukari Road. Up
Okay,
from a
okay.
duty.
No,
So
no,
i-duty
ngiyabona.
moyiqala uSteve Biko lapha ezantsi from emarket. Uyakwazi ukuthi ukhuphuke ngawo uya towards Ukari Road. Yes.
Hayi ngeke phela abantu kumele bafike vele because I'm sure ukuthi there are so many people who feel like ufila nawe and kuukuthi abekho abantu who are providing lezo zinto because njengamanje abantu they are more into ukuthi baz import inwele bazidlulise futhi as long as bona they are making money and looking rich abanendaba ukuthi abanye abantu ngempela bafila kanjani ngabo because mina njengami nje mina I'm someone mina was very personal about into enenwele kumina yabo I don't believe ekutheni uma ukuthi inkundika kufanele isale intshebe at least yabo angikwazi ukuthi kuthiwe nje alokho nwele
nokugoda nje kuphelayo.
I don't believe nje kulokho yabo even wazona ngiyayishiya sometimes yabo if I feel like that because ngiyakholelwa ekutheni I should always listen kuzona inwele ukuthi because noma ngiface izinto I don't look the same yabo uma kunezinto engithi uma ngiface uthola ukuthi I need to face these things with my hair yabo uma ngiface this no ngayiface without my hair because ipower vele that's how I connect nami kuzona zonke izinto yabo so into kanjalo nje I think ukuthi it's a good movement yabo I move into the right direction.
Siyabonga. In fact we call inwele zethu a crown because it's a crown of glory, right? Uma ingane isencane ikhanda lihlangana kule ndawo ethiwa i-crown indawo ebalekile eqhayi la ekhanda
sithi siphethu thina
right that chaos leyenzeka la is what we then end up seeing and that's what people live
that's true
because it is harmony. So ubona umuntu aggressive nje uthi yini kwenzenjani like you need grounding and so a lot of people aba recognize ukuthi le ndawo indawo ebalekile imicabango eminingi isuka la it's a place actually yeah.
I know ngiyazwakala yabo ngiyakuzwa mina yabo ngiyakuzwa so ke manje ngoba phela ibusiness ke nalo nento zalo ke business yabo ngeke ibusiness le akusiyo nawo phela uABC yabo business inama challenges nezinto eziningi kakhulu so ke manje uma uyithola wena mhlawumbe ku space la ubanjwa khona i-depression and anxiety how do you manage ukuthi uphume kuleso simo?
Yeah, uyazi wathinta kwi topic esithinta kakhulu njengamanje esikhathini esiphila kusona. I think ukubuyela entweni ngiyakholelwa kakhulu ukubuyeleni back to the basics. I call it going back to Eden. Izinto ezenza ukuthi si experience impilo ngendlela enokuthula are very natural and zitholakala around us ngaso sonke isikhathi. I think yebo imsebenzi mhlawumbe siyenzayo ne pace yempilo ingaba fast but kutheme kuba khona i-COVID noma i-lockdown impilo ya slower down to a standstill. Abantu kwafuneka ukuthi bayibheke ubona come to terms with who they are and sithola ama alternatives noma indlela ezihlukene zokuthi siqhubeke ngempilo right not looking externally any longer so uNasiphi uya olwandle. I am somebody who's very fortunate ukuthi ngihlala eduze nase Brighton Beach and so I'm able to go ekseni
you relax and see breeze
ngithatha walk nje ngiyophefumula umoya fresh ngibuka ulwandle ngikhumbula ukuthi yazini
therapy
in as a part of impilo iyonke but also a very important part of life so ngikubiza ngokuthi it's grounding uhambe ngeenyawo and just be one with nature unike nje leso sikhathi ukuthi meditate kancane go towards yourself
ukhumbula ukuthi impilo ayijaha ngalendlela oyijethi kujaha ngayo yabo as long as usaphefumula yabo you are still on the right track.
Siyakholelwa kakhulu sela pause reflect and praise it's important kubaleke as much as chase other paper
ngoba phela sofika kulona iphepha kodwa manje uma sofika sesibulala kulo because manje uyabona ukuthi ngisho ema stats ukuthi you find people abanemali ke manje ke killing themselves and you don't understand ukuthi uma uzothina singenayo imali singakucabangi lokho umuntu osenakho konke kodwa uze kuthiwa futhi ithathi shooting ngesomthetho it's not ukuthi it's the real happiness le it's part of a journey nanento mhlawumbe that can contribute ekutheni thina sibe happy thina as abantu.
Yes ngiyakholelwa kakhulu ukuthi ukusebenza on the essence of who the human being is important. Ukulahlekelwa mhlawumbe ubuwena. Native Studio uma ngabe ufikile kunesibuko oyibona wena kuphela kusona. So it's just yourself seeing yourself evolve. Kunabantu abathi mebevuka ekseni they don't even look at themselves in the mirror. Mhlawumbe whether they are afraid or abathandi what they see, but siya encourage lokho. Look at yourself, honor yourself, know yourself. Ukuthi wena ubani, what is the makeup of ubwena, you know, and lokho siya encourage kakhulu nokuthi abantu nje just slow it down. Not everything needs to go at a pace ye Ferrari. You know, yes, you want to attain and achieve Leo Ferrari, but you always carry the essence of who you are into whichever space you go into. And into eba impact noma eba ushintsho kuleyo ndawo la ukhona wena. As much as ungangena ngingaya emhlanga kusasa, you know, you meet me in a different outfit, mhlambe nginenwele ngizigqoke ngendlela ehlukile, but that's not who I am.
You are still you.
I'm still myself in the space that I'm in. So ngizirepresent accordingly for lapho ngikhona. And so ukwazi ukuthi ube grounded in who you are, so that uzokwazi ukuthi uzirepresente kuzo zonke indawo nama spaces la ozohamba khona.
Hayi ngoba nathi into esiqhakambisa kakhulu leyo ukuthi people must be themselves at all times, yabo. I think even kwayona podcast yabo ezinye zezinto that we speak about a lot, yabo, ukuthi you must be who you are, yabo, you must be. So manje singayikhulisa kanjani spirit se entrepreneurship uma ubheka la KZN, because I still feel like ukuthi there is still a gap eksamele si close, especially even for women, yabona kusona nje space of business abakafiki ekutheni balingane nanabantu besilisa. So wena uma ubheka mhlawumbe imapha ama tactics that can work ukutheni iphakame entrepreneurship.
Uyazi ngicabanga ukuthi mhlambe ngesinye isikhathi ama solutions sike siwabheke externally singafuni ukuwabheka towards ourselves. Indlela thina Native Studio sebenze ngayo siqale singenawo ama product or i product line esisebenzisayo distinctly Native Studio. But into engiyenzile is that ngisebenzisane nama producers, female owned businesses that produce natural hair products. Verified them, checked them out, made sure ukuthi they are appropriate ukuthi ngawasebenzisela for ama clients ethu. And so imodel yethu has always been to impact umphakathi esebenzela kuwona as well. So sisupporte amanye amabhizinisi abantu abamnyama aba female owned ukuze sikwazi ukuthi sibanikeze i-platform. Uma ungene Native Studio you can buy ama products Laloba Organics, Yemvelo Organics. Labo ama locally produced handcrafted products, good quality. Izinto ezikhompyutha kude no discount kude from a quality point of view. So siyaphakamisa kakhulu ukuthi ukusebenzisana siyabantu. I think it's one of the ways in which we can help to grow economy yethu, because abantu basebenza emakhoneni ngamakhona and angeke sizisazane unless sizigcine sihlangana noma si collaborate. And I think in the spirit of collaboration, that is the very way in which we've started, you know, Native Studio kunikeza nabanye i-platform. We're all in the same space.
Yeah, ikona indlela esizokhula ngayo vele collaborating, because ezinye inhlanga they've learned lento collaborate. Kodwa thina Dark asikakayifundi.
They've mastered it.
Yabo Dark nje manje umuntu wenza i-podcast sekumele ngimbone ngathi sit, and you don't understand because we are doing the same thing. We should be promoting one another, yabo, ukuze sonke siphakame, because industry izokwakhiwa uma sibaningi ku space. You will never build an industry on your own.
Absolutely, absolutely. Kune term a very well learned person I sebenzisile recently ethi we cannot work in silos. Umubheki silo tunnel uyabona nje there's only one way up and one way down, you know. And so yes, there is also a saying ukuthi if you want to go far you go alone, but if you want to make an impact you go with many, you know. And so ukubaleka kokuthi i-collaboration kanye nama partnerships and healthy partnerships. And I think mhlambe lapho lento ikhuluma nasekutheni si abantu abamnyama ngesinye isikhathi sike sithathe i-competition as in an unhealthy way. Uyabona njengoba ngisho ukuthi to identify ama local producers of hair products, labo bantu angibaqhathanisi, ngithatha the best of each is offering and nginikeza i-platform at my studio so that the same market esizama ukuyireacha sonke ithola the best quality of product, iphinde ithole the best quality service. Uyabona. So nathi funa sikwazi ukuthi ukuze collaborate fanele ngikwazi ukubona ama strengths akho kuwena, ngibone nakumina ukuthi okay, now this is what I'm bringing to the table. Mesihlanganisa into ethi iya elevate.
ngoba phela sonke siyafuna ukuthi because mina ngiyakholelwa ekutheni business is the only solution to lama social economic issues that we are facing because amaningi futhi almost wonke we face them because of poverty. We face them because we don't have a way yokuthi sikwazi ukuhweba sikwazi ukuthi nathi sithole umcebo umuntu azabona ukuthi angivele ngiyobamba lapha yabo ngoba manje iyona into eseduze le ukuthi I can do yabo because awufundisekanga futhi nangeminye imkhakha ukuthi isebenza kanjani so manje ukushintsha ngempela into kufuneka ne mindset nakuthini ishintshe yabona as ama individuals as even as a group ke manje ke sesisonke so when according to when mhlambe ungathi yini South African dream because South African dream ngiyafuna siphinde si define yabo I feel like it's not being defined enough in a way yokuthi ngishingane encane ngayi understand ukuthi what is the South African dream yabo because abanye bazokutshela indaba yokuthi kumele uyoqeda isikole kumele uthole iziqu kodwa we've seen thina abanye abantu esebehambile leyo ndlela ukuthi it's not as easy as abantu besho so wena according to wena nje in this era esesikuyona ungathi yini South African dream
ngifuna ukubuyela kancane kwinto oyishilo ukuthi kunabantu abathi hamba uthola iziqo and so forth kube khona i-interview yenziwe ku Minister of Higher Education ukuthi ingane lezi ezifundayo kuma tertiary institutions lezi zinto abazifunayo noma abazifundayo ama skills abawafundelayo anaso yini isidingo in our economy and I think misibuyela lapha emumva ukuthi mesikhuluma nge-saturated market we are busy producing ama graduates angenayo imsebenzi like as a matter of fact there is nowhere la enzongena khona and not to sound somber or negative ekutheni alikho ithemba but rather ukuthi ake sizinikeze noma siziqinise ezintweni ezidingakalayo not ukuthi senze izinto ngoba nakho sazi ukuthi kwakwenziwa kanje noma indlela yakwenziwa
isikhathi nje because omunye umuntu just wanna be university so kuthiwa umuntu applyele noma yini
kwayikona lokho ungabe nevision yokuthi kuyini into engiyiphosesayo mina ngaphakathi kwami yini into engiyithandayo what matters kimina ebese ungena kulowo mkhakha ukuze uzohamba with impact you know because imali iyalandela impact it definitely attracts it but wena ukuze uthole fulfillment kulento oyenzayo kufanele wenze into onothando lwayo and I think with ama distractions ahlukahlukene with social media nama presentations of what is possible abantu bayalahlekelwa ukuthi bathathe isikhathi to figure out themselves ukuthi mina njengoNasiphi kuyini into ebalekile kumina noma kuyini into enginothando nayo engifisa ukuthi ngithi mengiyenza ibe nomphumela nokuthi all positive nakwabanye abantu you know so I think going back there ukuthi ama skills ekufunele si abantu abasha kakhulu njengoba besazongena into you know the entrepreneurship space the work space the working environment or wherever it may be go for the skills that are needed don't ungavele nje ufunde into ngoba nakho ikhona iba ne vision ukuthi njengoba ngiqala lento ngizoqala ngiyapi nayo you know njengoba ngishilo ukuthi kwamina ngafundela ilaw khona manje I write my own contracts so there is value in that journey
ndisakusebenzela
iyangisebenzela kodwa nakhona I never practiced as an attorney but uma ngabe ngithola legal document ngiyakwazi ukuyifunda ngihlaziye kahle bese ngiyithumela kumele ukuthi awubhekisa ukuthi lento engiyifunda iyona ngempela yini
ngoba yona iyakunika upper hand lento yabo as much as ingeke izikunike the total freedom kodwa upper hand uyakwazi ezinye izinto ukuzibonela ngempela yabona
yes ukufunda kona kubalekile I will never disregard ukuthi abantu mabafunde in fact it's more uqala into ukwazi ukuyiqeda futhi ukubaleke kakhulu that perseverance kuyakufundisa i-diligence i-discipline uyabona ukuthi uyavuka kunento oyenzayo firm uyabona and you sharpen i-vision yakho ukuthi kambe ngiyapi kahle hle uyabona so I think ukufunda kubalekile angeke at all ngikudisregard but also funda into ozokwazi ukuthi uyisebenzise you know don't akubona wonke umuntu ozoba i-office administrator aplama office angaka adinga ama administrators uyabona so funda into ezokunikeza ama skills aphathekayo and ngiyayithanda lento obuyisho ukuthi entrepreneurship is in fact the solution esidingayo in this country when we talk about the South African dream that is exactly it economically fanele sikwazi ukuzibambela you know ngiye ngibuke kakhulu ukuthi i-rural development nanamhlanje kusakhulunywa ngayo ngokuthi kusafanele ukuthi ama rural areas are developed
and
30 years in asa dinga ukudevelopa namanje that's why sibona i-influx yabantu still besasuka kuma rural areas beza in the urban areas kodwa ku saturated ama opportunities ayancikisela asiwa create ama opportunities lapho ngeindawo zethu sikhona and sivuleke ekutheni if mina ngikhulela endaweni ekusetshenziswa for instance osho wena indawo enjalo kunezihlahla zama logs lapha kodwa uwabona ama economic impact drivers lapha nabantu abamnyama ukuthi hey namba abantu abangenayo lapha and they create logs uyazi ukuthi into esayikhuluma na somebody owayengichazela ukuthi lapha ama power lines bathatha ingodo njengoba zinjalo as in all they do cut it trim it straight
bayihambisa
bayazilandela futhi we understand bayilandela lezi ingodo zababayidingayo kwena it's a very simple business model but I think ukuvuleka kwemqondo yethu ukuthi hayibo ama economies yazi maningi ama economic drivers asingathi sonke manje siyagijimela sonke ukuvula ama saluni noma sonke sesenza into eyodwa ngoba
nakho mina ngibone inhloko
ngoba ngibone wena wenza i-podcast sengifuna ukwenza i-podcast yini engilethayo into my podcast i-drive yami iyini not ukuthi competition ngoba nakho i-competition ingekho right but iba nenjongo ukuthi wena lento oyenzayo noma eqalayo uyenza for what
ungenzi nje for no reason because thina ezinye izinto even kwathina ama communities ethu sekuze kufika belungu manje afika umlungu azodla amahlathi adla indawo enze noma yini athatha imali ayihambise phesheya
iphume futhi imali
thina we are still stuck because sikholelwe ekutheni thina ama business into yabelungu business akusinto engenziwa umuntu omnyama baningi abantu abangakutshela lokho ngisho emakhaya uma ufika uthi wala do business hayi business into yabelungu mfethu ngeke umuntu omnyama business yabo awuthembakele nje kanti phela kumele sishintshe yabo kumele sishintshe because eSouth Africa we have so much potential yabo in terms of talent I don't think ukuthi we lack talent nalokho liya overflow talent yabo kusona sonke ispace esikusona uyabona siya excel yabo which means ukuthi isinayo lo gift kuthini yabo is to embrace it kodwa manje and make sure ukuthi siyabona ngempela and plan ifuture nathi esiyifunayo because ifuture kuzoba ile esemqondweni wethu thina ngeke kuze kube into nje vele yenzeka by mistake because awenzeki ama mistake especially kwa entrepreneurship awuphumeleli ngephutha
hayi lutho it's intention it's consistency into enozenzayo nayo of course ukuthi ube ne vision eclear ukuthi kuphi la ngiyakhona because iyona into ezokwenza ukuthi uqhubekeke even noma usuhlangabezana nezinqinamba zakhona just to go back to rural development ukuthi kahle thina soma business even by nature indlela emakhaya khona okhulisa inkomo khona okhulisa imbuzi khona okhulisa izilwane ezihlukahlukene yes singaba nemfuyo yethu emagcekeni but ngokuthi isitolo sembuzi kwakwazi ukuthi ikwazi ukuthi bani la itholakala khona izimbuzi esigodini sakwabani
la itholakala
so entrepreneurship sinayo ngaphakathi kwethu akuyona into yabelungu but I think because history yethu ke nayo yaba nomthelela ekutheni singayithembi ngalendlela uyabona esinakho ngayo sizelwe kukhona iculo lemafikizolo lalithi uhlakaniphile umuhle uphile ukuzenzele umuntu omnyama love that song always been an inspiration because ikhuluma ekutheni yasikhumbuza ubuthina and izinto esithi uNkulunkulu mekudala ukunike konke okudingayo in this life
akukho kushodayo
wena nje ulahlekelwe indlela yokuthi ukuthole ngaphakathi kwakho
angeke siyabonga kakhulu yabo for nje wise words yabo for kwakhona ukuthi usichazele nezinto eziningi kangaka yabo kube intokozo nje kakhulu kuthina ukuthi sikwazi ukuthi yabo sibe nawo so manje abantu ke abafuna mhlawumbe ukufollowisha ke nabafuna nje ukuthola mhlawumbe bakwazi ukuthi bagcine bebook even ama appointment befike besacela nje mhlawumbe sibapha ama social network then ne number mhlawumbe ke uma ukuthi khona i number otholakala kuyona
yebo ngiyabonga kakhulu namputsa mkile iHernative Studio i location yethu siku 172 Steve Biko khona la eBerea or mongo wabufaka kwi banila ma location thing is izothi Musgrave but it's actually below Musgrave area sine contact number la umuntu akwazi ukusenda khona iWhatsApp noma nikwazi ukuthi phone ukwenza ama bookings 0635757174 siyatholakala ku TikTok Instagram and Facebook @HerNatives Studio
Hey Natives just studio
Hey
welcome
Natives
underscore
Z because we do not need to be conforming to any spelling. Z Hey Natives Studio.
hayi ngeke kube intokozo kakhulu yabo ukuthi sihlale nawe kumina vele ubhopile already ikona ke phela ukuthi kufuneka siqhubekeni yabo and ivision lokhu ikhulile because umqondo uma su free I believe mina ukuthi yonke into iyakwazi ukuthi ibe free because even nanemali imali ama result of ukuba free komqondo umqondo uma ungekho free even the money won't come yabo so manje sesizovala ke nje manje kunomuntu ke lapha emakhaya naye mhlambe ostrugglishayo ongazi ukuthi aqale iphi ahlanganise ini nani ukuze naye impilo yakhe imove mhlawumbe akakazazi kwawuyena ukuthi ufuna iyipi advice mhlawumbe ongamnika yona nje naye ukuze phela akwazi ukuthi amove yabo kube khona okunyakazayo.
Yeah, I think kubaleke kakhulu ukuthi abantu bangazisabi ukuspenda isikhathi with themselves. You will only ever get to know ukuthi ubani uma ngabe ukwazi ukuhlala with yourself. Ziningi izinto ezisidonsa ngale nale nale but ukuhlala phansi ubhala imicabango yakho injongo zakho. You need to quieten the noise. And kubaleka kwesikhathi somuntu yedwa. Just like mangabe siya ku date ngithi ngizama ukukwazi angifuna ngenze isikhathi ukuthi ngikwazi so nawe uzazi ukuthi ubani spend time with yourself and uyibhale imicabango yakho nezinto ezifikayo kuwena because ziyafika izinto kubani ngendlela ehlukahlukene whether ubuthongo la ulele write down because that's liyasho iBhayibheli ukuthi write down the vision because the vision is there wena ungayinikanga iattention
ngoba manje uma ubheka ayikho into abantu abayisaba njengokuhlala bodwa yabo umuntu would rather listen to i-radio will listen to a song umuntu nje uma ngathi nje uthi akahlale nje lapha kulesa studio nje for an hour engalalele lutho kungadlali lutho uzokutshela ukuthi ngeke sengidepressed stress yabo people are so afraid of themselves yabo and iyabavimba leyo nto ngempela to move yabo if you are afraid of yourself how are you going to direct yourself because akekho umuntu okumele umsabe
yabo
so manje siyas entertainer ngabantu sihlehle nabangani kunomuntu nje osukwini othola ukuthi asikho isikhathi ngisho 20 minutes akakwazi ukuhlala yedwa kufuneka ahlezi around abantu
yabo
and kumnandi ngaleso sikhathi kodwa long run kuzokushaya because you won't know yourself
kakhulu and nakuzibandakanya because then uma ungazazi nawe ubuwena uma wherever la ungena khona angithi uyashintsha ube njengalabantu abangala namhlanje kusasa unjengalaba abangala ngoba akukho kahle hle wena oyikona okulethayo into that space so definitely I think I journey nje yokuqala is thola wena and from there is where you move because ungahlangana nami uthi yazi ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi ibusiness mengikubuza ukuthi inhloboni yebusiness uthi hayi nanoma yini yabona sakude phambili usakude impela
phambili usayifunela imali
usafuna imali kahle hle hayi business ufuna imali because ibusiness is what will generate imali for you so ukuzithola kuqala nokuthi iziphi izinto wena ezibalekile kuwena that you would then go out zi-impact nabanye abantu that's where the journey starts
hayi ngeke thank you so much yabonga zwanga kusho vele indlebe akafuna ukuyisebenzisa thank you so much nje for everything kube intokozo kakhulu nathi ukuthi sibe nawe la studio yabona nje and people yabona gonna be loving this yabona I can see it yabo already yabo because you are being really and ukhuluma lezi zinto vele abantu that they need to hear because we want everyone to be themselves yabo if you wena you will know your passion you will know where you are going kuzobalula to even drive yourself
angithi yabona ke
hayi nawe mbukeli uma ukuthi ubusabukile nje kuze kube manje thank you so much yabona qhubeke nje nisupporte kuyasikhulisa kakhulu ukusupporta kweni yabo clicka nje na no like laphana subscribe share umsebenzi wethu lumkile zinyanga I'm signing out thank you
well done